All right, everybody, how you doing? It's John Brewer here with the Socially Distanced Supper Club, South Florida's restaurant guy. I am down here with one of our original stories. We are down here with Tapas, and I have the pleasure of being with Rosa and Papa right there. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Awesome stuff. So the first thing we want to do is we want to show this great food here that you've got. What is this, please? Because you guys are now doing lunch, right?
Yeah, so this is our one of our lunch items. This is the chicken fiesta wrap with our fries, and it's one of the things on our menu that people go crazy for during lunch.
Okay. Tell us some more. Is there French fries, a little ketchup there? What else?
Yep, French fries, ketchup. The fiesta wrap itself has got chicken, rice, and beans in it. And so it's kind of like a whole meal inside of a wrap.
Awesome stuff. And so what are some of the other items? So it's a different menu than normally you have. So It's a great chance to try other kinds of food?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a bunch of wraps on the menu. In a little bit, you'll see like a Cuban sandwich come out. One of the new specialties that we're trying is different empanadas. So like this week we have the Cuban empanada.
Okay.
So everything that you see in the Cuban sandwich is actually in the empanada, and we'll have them send out a plate of that also.
Awesome. So I'm not doing so well. I'm trying to hold this camera up, and it's like backwards. So in order to get the wording right, so I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to see the food. So I am going to put this up this way and see what happens if you go that way, and it goes up. All right. Well, there we go. It looks really good. Anyway, let's talk about how things been. Obviously, just to let the folks at home know, we in the beginning, obviously COVID hit, and you guys took a hit, and then our volunteers came around, and you guys got on board, and you were able to get some business going, right?
Yeah, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing. You know, I've said it before, like the first few days after COVID, we were making a couple $100, and we were not sure how we were going to survive. And Papa said, you know, we're going to keep fighting. We're just going to stay on task, and if we close fighting. And so we've done that, and because of the forum and of course, you know, God's blessing, we have been able to survive this. You know, of course, we go through some highs and lows. I think every local mom and pop shop is going through that, but we've been able to make it through this so far. Okay. And being able to bring back our employees has been the blessing.
Excellent. Yeah. So you're still running full staff right now?
Yeah, everybody's here. Yeah.
Everybody's here?
Everybody's here.
And Papa, you know, you're the namesake of the restaurant. You're in the susceptible category. So, you know, I know that you worry about Papa a lot. So you're following all the protocols. Are you taking care of yourself?
Yeah, I do. That's why I have my mask on, and I don't want to. Because I got persistent conditions like diabetes and
okay.
I have to take care of myself.
How long have you been cooking?
I don't even remember. I think I was 6 or 8 years. Like we say before, my mother was one of the first female chefs in Spain.
Oh,
so
that's right.
I remember in the April days and doing something.
You were always working in the kitchen since you were like 6 years old.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Exactly.
And you've had this restaurant here for how long?
8 years.
8 years. And before this, you were actually in a location like off of Lake Ida?
Lake Ida in Congress. We were there for 5 years.
5 or 6.
Yeah, and it was crazy there because it was such a tiny little spot.
Right.
And we were turning people away by the droves, and then we just had to decide what do we want to do from here. Do we want to open something bigger?
Right.
And so we decided to close down that location and come here, and we've been here for 8 years, and it has been quite the blessing.
What made you decide on this location?
Well, Pineapple Grove is not on the Ave. You know, on the Ave,
right.
The rent is a lot higher. But this was an up-and-coming section, so we decided that this would be the best fit for us. We've been here for 8 years. Prior to last year, really everything that we had as far as business was word of mouth.
Right.
And so, you know, then we had to pivot when the pandemic came and start hitting social media more.
Right.
But before that, it was word of mouth. And this location is still an up-and-coming location. I mean, we have the hotel going in.
Yes.
It should be done by May. And that's going to be an amazing asset to us as a restaurant and as a small business, plus all of our other partners or friends that own restaurants around us.
And Menon's been really good to you guys. I know you guys have said that Jordana, Jarjura, and Craig
Yes.
have been awesome with you
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
And originally the plan was for you guys to move, right, and stay close, but that's not happening anymore,
We're
right?
not
My
doing that
understanding is
anymore.
you're staying here.
We're staying.
They're going to add a facade. They're kind of going to work around you guys.
Yes,
So
yes.
you're going to be here. So everybody who thought that they were moving or leaving, they're not. They're going to stay here. There may be some construction going on around, but the Ray Hotel's going to open up, and then they're going to start over here. So I think there's a lot of upside to what's going on. And I think it's great that you guys aren't going to have to relocate. 'Cause I know you were talking to me about finding a restaurant for like 6 months, and that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so to know that you guys are staying here, you guys have put so much love into this place. This is your home.
Yes.
And to be here and to be able to stay here, I think is a blessing. So that's
Yeah.
awesome as well. And you know, Pineapple Grove, like you said, is an up and coming area. I think it's going to be the first offshoot of Atlantic Avenue. I know there's another restaurant going in down there. So it's just been great stuff. So this is the Cuban, right?
This is our version of the Cuban.
All right.
And so our version of the Cuban has our slow roasted pork that has been slow roasted for 9 hours. So that's a melt in your mouth pork, where other restaurants might serve like a slice of pork. We actually put our shredded pork on it, so it makes it 10 times better.
It does, it really does. That looks absolutely delicious. Comes with some plantains on there. So we were talking about, you did a really incredible business on New Year's, was it, right?
New Year's, yeah.
You did over 100 paellas. You hear that? 100 paellas, right?
Yes, it was amazing. We were stressed to the max.
Yeah, because they take 45 minutes to cook, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
the one
they-
thing you learn when you go to
Yeah.
a Spanish restaurant. You order paella right at the
But
beginning.
the good
Yes.
thing was pre-order already, so
Yes.
we know 10 at that time, 12, whatever. So we start getting ready.
And the ovens were working overtime. As soon as you
Yeah.
walked in, they started up.
Yeah, all the ovens
the
on.
minute.
All the ovens on.
So when we did SDSC, when we first started, you know how we did all the pre-orders.
Right.
Well, we followed that same concept for New Year's Eve, for Christmas Eve, and it worked beautifully for us.
Yes.
And so even though we're serving paella for over 100 people, everything's so organized.
Right.
And we have already a plan in place that it was coming out and we were able to serve our customers and there wasn't really a slowdown. So yeah, it was
So you
stressful.
spaced it out, right?
We
You
spaced
told me,
it out.
okay, are you going to pick it up at 7? You want
Yes.
to pick it up at 8? You want to pick
1
it up at
o'clock in the
8:30?
afternoon, 2 o'clock. I mean, people were doing their stuff early too. But
What
we-
I love about paella is it keeps really well.
Yes.
So sometimes paella, I mean, I when I have your paella, you know, I reheat it the next day, and I'm like, I think it might even taste a little better. It
Yeah.
gives everything kind of a chance to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
And serve that with a side salad. You're not only healthy, but it's yummy and it's great for you. And it's just one of those dishes that you can enjoy
Yeah.
the next day.
And it's such good comfort food, it really
Yes.
is. And the flavors, you guys do an awesome job of it. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, have you learned anything through this pandemic about your business? I know the one thing you were saying is like, so there was a whole audience out there that didn't know about you that now knows about you.
Yes.
I mean, that's what, we came here the other day and somebody when I was walking out was like, we just heard about you guys through the
Yeah.
supper club.
Yeah.
So you're constantly reaching out to a new audience. So that's one thing you guys have learned.
Yes.
Anything else you learned about your business?
Well, we also learned that social media is where it's at, right? Like I said, before this, we really weren't working our social media. We really were just depending on word of mouth, and our business grew that way. That's great and fantastic. But in this day and age, and what we're doing now, we had to learn how to pivot. And so every morning I remember watching your videos, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get on social media. I gotta figure this out. And I'm not a big technical person, but I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
In order for our business to survive, I had to figure it out, and Delray showed up.
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
really did. They love our restaurants and coming through. Yeah, so social, and I think you guys also learned, you guys do a really good job with curbside.
Yes.
You learned to
Yes.
really,
We learned the hard way the first time, right? So we had our first our first flash mob came in, and we didn't know what that ever looked like, you know? And so we have over 200 orders coming in, or I think it was 200 for the first one, and there were so many people outside. We're not used to that. And so learning how to perfect that over
Right.
time
Yeah.
has been awesome for our business. Our takeout business has grown exponentially. within these last few months.
So it's become a bigger percentage of
Yes.
your food sales.
Yes.
And I think coming out of COVID, I think a lot of restaurants like you are going to see that.
Yes.
And have you found certain foods travel better than others or things like that? Like, have you kind of experimented, like maybe this one's not really good to go? Because I know fried food, especially, sometimes fried food from the time they pick it up by the time they get it home, it's really not in the same condition. But I know paella travels really well.
Right. So like the majority of our entrees travel well.
Right.
When it comes down, and our tapas too, but when it comes down to the fried foods, we let our customer know, like, how far are you traveling?
Right.
How many minutes is it from here to there? And this might be the condition of your food, because we want excellence,
Right.
even when you do it to go, right? And so if you're getting it home and you don't like it because now it's mushy, that's bad business for us.
Right.
So we want to let people know, like, hey, that might not travel well, why don't you try this?
Awesome stuff. So I guess before we got one more dish I want to show you. I'm going to take that off so I don't drop it again. These are the empanadas, right?
Yes, these are the Cuban empanadas.
That's a new item.
It's a new item that we're starting as a special. So everything that's in the Cuban sandwich is now in the empanada.
Oh wow! So that's a Cuban sandwich empanada. So everything that's in this is in this. Wow, that is fantastic. So these
That
are
was all
amazing.
Mama.
And this is all Mama's idea.
This is Mama's idea.
So
If I don't give her credit, we're all going down.
That's it. So someone says they're looking forward to the next Pollo Mole. Love this
that's
family
gotta
and
be
their food. Geraldine Keene said that.
That's got to be Geraldine.
And I know we spoke about this the other day. You guys are thinking about bringing back, once a week.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of requests from members, and I am paying attention. So I want the members to know they are asking for those specials again. So what I'm going to start asking restaurants, especially on their off nights, maybe your Tuesday. I know you're closed on Sunday, and I love that you're closed on Sunday because that's a great family day.
Yeah.
The Chick-fil-A method, I guess. But Mondays and Tuesdays, maybe when you're a little slower, maybe offer a special out there where not necessarily that you're discounting anything, but like you guys were doing, you were kind of doing stuff that's not normally on your menu.
Correct.
That you had a lot of fun cooking for one day. You were doing the Mexican menu for a while. So Geraldine wants the Pollo Mole.
I got you, Geraldine. So what Papa's Tapas has decided to do to honor the SDSC, because in reality, you guys got us through this.
Thank you.
And so what we have decided to do is to have a throwback.
We've been through so much in 10 months.
We've decided to have a throwback,
Yeah.
throwback to those times, throwback to those specials,
Yes.
so that you guys out there that kept us alive here can still benefit from that. So that's a menus that we're working on now. We're waiting for Yvette to come back because she's going out of town, and to be able to provide that to our customer base, because in reality, if they didn't come and get those $12 specials, those $10 specials, we wouldn't be open today.
That's it. And that's what I'm trying to teach a lot of restaurants is, even if you do that special or you do that lower priced item, the idea is to get those people to come back and spend again.
Yes.
Don't think about it as that one sale or that one thing. It's about building your audience. It's about building that. And since you're getting all emotional, I'll get emotional too. I'll never forget when we walked in with Ian and everybody back in the beginning, and Papa said, those are the guys that saved our restaurant. And that's something I'm going to take to my grave with me. And this is about the most purposeful life, most intentional period of my life.
Yeah.
And it's because of you guys. And I love you guys so much. And you guys have been an awesome story. And it's a neighborhood story. It's a Delray Beach story. You're an amazing person.
Thank you.
You're an amazing person. You have
And so are you.
You guys have an amazing restaurant, amazing food. If you haven't tried them, you got to come down to Papa's Tapas. Chef Winston Williams, I'm looking at you. Love the fish with the ajillo sauce is what he said.
Yes.
Is that the basso?
That's the bassa.
Yeah,
We're
that's
going to
the-
have that in one of those special menus just for you, Chef Winston.
All right. Anything else you want to say to the folks at home before we sign off here?
Yeah, I can say
Listen.
something.
Yeah, go ahead, Papa.
Not only we stay here now, so they want to upgrade upside, and we want to do some upgrade inside the restaurant. So it's going to be like a brand new look, and also they want to do the maintenance, they want to do the parking lot, everything. It's parked. Very, very nice, very beautiful.
So
Yeah.
basically, they're going to do a rehab of the whole place. So
Yes.
there's going to be new interior. There's going to be new exterior going on.
Exactly.
It's going to be a whole new shopping center. And the one thing I got to say about the Menon group is when they do something, they're not afraid to spend money.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean that in like they're not going to cut corners. And I know that they love you guys. I know
We
that
love them.
Jordana and Craig speak very highly of you. And it's really beautiful when you see a great landlord-tenant relationship where the landlord is pulling for the tenant and doing things for the tenant, and the tenant has a good relation, because you have enough stress.
Yes.
You have enough stress with your food
Yes.
costs. You have enough stress. I remember we were talking in the beginning.
Yeah.
You were like, from week to week, the beef was going up like 20%.
Yeah.
But you weren't changing your menu prices.
No.
So that money's got to come from somewhere. And it's
Yeah.
coming from your profit. It's
Yeah.
coming from the money that you're making. It's coming from, it's money that could be spent on labor. So, you guys were feeling the pinch. Craig understood that, and he was really willing to work with you guys.
Thank
So
you.
hats off to the Menon
Yes.
family for doing that. It was
Yeah.
really, really good. So we look forward to you guys having, are you going to do the interior as well? Or?
Yeah, when it-
Little by little, we're gonna do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
interior
yeah.
and just give it a new look, a fresh look.
Just
you
a
know?
fresh look.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got beautiful art in here. There's a lot of colors going on, a lot of reds, you got blues, you got great artwork on the walls. And if you haven't been here to dine in, you need to check them out. And if you feel more comfortable sitting outside, they actually have their seats running all the way down, right?
All
Because
the way
Christina
down,
closes
yeah.
during the nighttime. So at nighttime, you've got at least, 30?
Yeah, I
There's
think
a-
that-
30
about-
potential seats
Yeah.
outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And we just continue to pull tables. If somebody doesn't want to sit inside and we don't have an empty table, we'll pull a table from inside and put it outside.
That's awesome. That's service.
Yeah, we want people to feel safe, right? And we want people to be able to come here and be able to enjoy our food without feeling the threat of something happening to them. So if we have to move a table, we'll move a table. It's
That's
not a
awesome.
big deal.
That's awesome stuff. Anything you want to say to the folks at home before we sign out?
Yes. To all of you guys out there that just came during some of our hardest months, from the bottom of our heart, we thank you. We have been so blessed by God, but we have been so blessed by each and every one of you. Like, before being here in Delray, it was kind of like every man for himself. Now we're constantly praying for our neighbors, and we know the restaurant owners of the different locations, and we're all pulling for each other. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for those of you that, were struggling just to make your own bills, to pay your own bills, and yet you came and you supported us. And for the ones of you that continue to support us, and for the new people that haven't been here yet, that are planning to come here, it has been amazing to just see all these new people and meet all these new people, and our family is blessed by it. We keep Papa and Mama very secluded in the kitchen.
Yes.
Trying to keep him secluded in the kitchen is very
tough.
difficult because he's a people person. But you hear Mama screaming from the back, "Get back in the kitchen!"
And that's what I love about being here. It's a true family
Yeah.
operation. It really is.
Yeah.
Your servers are like family.
Oh, they're
You have
amazing.
actual family in the kitchen.
Yes.
It's you, your sisters,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Papa, you got anything you want to say
Yeah,
to
I want to
everybody?
also say thank you. Thank you very much to you guys and to everybody who helped us. I appreciate your help, and we're going up.
Great stuff. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, SDSC.